Oh, the things I do for you lot. Today I am battling through, not battering through, battling through. Basically having lost my voice to be able to deliver you the EFL Cup quarter-final against Crystal Palace, assuming my voice holds out. Otherwise, I don't know, I will put subtitles on it or something. You got to see the match, obviously. Hello and welcome to Season 6, Part 5 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against Crystal Palace in the EFL Cup quarter-final, and then we have a home game against Blackburn in the Premier League. Since you were last with me, form was going okay, and then Christmas happened and I didn't play the game for a few days. It sulked, and when I reloaded it to play these last couple of games before recording today's episode, it decided we weren't able to score goals anymore, so we drew 0-0 at home to Leeds and lost 3-0 away against Swansea. So I haven't seen us score a goal in about 4 days of real worldness, although it's in reality, because obviously this is reality. It's only 3 games ago when we won 4-0 away against Walsall, who they're in the Championship. That doesn't feel right. Talking of things that don't feel right, Crystal Palace, who you might think are a team that we could potentially get past en route to the semi-final of the EFL Cup, are apparently a rich team who have been top half of the Premier League for a long, long time now. So they're not necessarily a team that we're just going to be able to navigate and push past. So I recommend you don't expect any miracles today. We're probably going to get thumped, but then hopefully turn things around against Blackburn. League position-wise, we're in pretty much the best possible position I could have hoped for at the start of the season. We're still 5 games away from the halfway point. We're up in the top half of the table, 27 points on the board already. Yes, we're not up there challenging for the title anymore, but no one really thought we would, did they? I think if we can finish anywhere between sort of 10th and 16th, that will go down as an amazing season. So this is the team that we're playing for the Crystal Palace game. We've got Miguel in goal, a back four of Tamelty, Fowler, Jackson and Grant, with Josh Da Silva coming into midfield in place of Aaron Cool, just purely for resting a couple of players who've played a lot of games recently. Cool, Sinclair, Schiavi have all been playing a lot of games, and they're getting a bit of a rest because the league's more important. Plus, I want to have a look at £500,000 Josh Da Silva, who's not really had an opportunity yet, despite being quite good when he has played. Amaros and Zalalim are going to be with him in midfield, and then Benteke is in behind Marriott and a returning Martel Taylor-Crossdale, who hasn't started a game yet this season because he has been injury ravaged. But hopefully that all changes today. He's going to show that he can cut it up in the Premier League. He'll get a hat-trick. We'll get into the EFL Cup semi-final, and then we'll sell him for £5 million at Christmas, and everyone's happy. Amaros plays every game. It's Da Silva who has come in as Cool's replacement. Oh, silly, silly game. You don't understand what's going on. So I don't really know what's happened with Crystal Palace, why they're considered a rich club. They're not a rich club in real life, are they? So I guess there's been some kind of takeover, or they've just sold a lot of players for a lot of money. Look at that though. First 25 minutes, we've had slightly more possession. Loads more shots than they have. They've not even got started yet. Still not had a shot on target throughout the whole of the first half. This is ours for the taking, although they're coming at us now and presumably are now going to score. And yeah, there it is. Wilfred Zaha, his second goal of the season. We're 1-0 down. It's their first shot on target in the whole game, just before half-time. And we seem to be going down our same little trap that we go down from time to time, where we just attack but do silly long-range shots. And why is there a line above my head? This is why I don't usually record in daytime. Sunlight is annoying my green screen. Oh, future Kev's going to hate this in editing. It's already going to have to edit out all the coughs and splutters and sniffs that I'm doing. Now he's got a great big line across. You know what? The line's probably going to have to stay because this episode's supposed to be out at 11 o'clock. It's 10 to 10 already. This ain't getting out for 11 o'clock even without a line above my head. Forget what's going on the pitch. This is a disaster. Go. Move. Stupid sunlight. Josh Grant's just had a bit of a flailing shot from long range. Didn't really come to anything. We need to come up with a plan for how we can get back into this game. We're only 1-0 down at the moment, although very, very close to making it 2-0 there. Palace haven't had a clear-cut chance yet, though. Miguel collects that ball in very nicely. They've still only had one shot on target, and we're 70 minutes into the game. We're not completely out of this, but we do need to make a move fairly shortly. Right, Josh Grant's not having a very good game. George Fowler's going to move out to right back. We're going to bring on Tom Anderson. Just to shore things up a little bit at the back, and then we're going to bring on Jerome Sinclair for Jack Marriott and have the potential dream partnership of Sinclair and Martel Taylor-Crossdale up front, which we haven't really had the opportunity to see yet, but on paper looks like it could be a little bit special based on how good Taylor-Crossdale was last year, how good Sinclair's been this year. If we can get the two of them playing well together, then we'll be laughing, won't we? Right, there. See, they're coming out of skin. Although Fowler, there you go, intercepts. That's what happens when you move him out to right back. Zelalem finds Taylor-Crossdale. In fact, he doesn't quite get hold of the ball, but he does at the second time of asking. Zelalem to Da Silva, who hasn't really shown anything yet, other than just about enough to stay on the pitch. We're passing the ball around beautifully there, and Sinclair forces a save out of the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. That's the first clear-cut chance either team has had so far in today's game. It's fallen to us, and unfortunately, due to a rather splendid piece of goalkeeping, it was not to be, and Jerome Sinclair is denied. Right, let's make our final change. We'll bring on Milan Bars, actually. We'll bring him on for Zelalem, and we'll stick Benteke back into the midfield and stick Bars in behind the front two. We've seen what Milan Bars can do when he comes on late on in a game. We still haven't figured out a way to get him into the team on a regular basis. A lot of you have said do a 4-3-2-1 with Bars and Benteke behind a lone striker, but who would the lone striker be? We've got Sinclair, we've got Taylor-Crossdale. How do we not play them both if they're both fit? Other people have suggested dropping Zelalem and bringing Benteke back into the midfield three. I think Zelalim's probably our best player, so that doesn't seem like the best way to go about things either. Although Da Silva picked up the ball here, finds Bars into Sinclair, hits the post, and again! And I don't understand how we didn't just draw level in this game. There must have been a last-ditch tackle in there to deny Sinclair at the second time of asking on an open goal. And, I'm struggling with my voice as it is. For them to cause me to squeal like that wasn't a noise I ever expected to hear come out of my mouth. Alas, 'twas not to be. Although looking at those stats, we have not let ourselves down at all there. That has been a good showing in the EFL Cup this season. Hopefully, we can carry some confidence and some form over into the Championship and maybe push back up towards the playoff spots again, which would be very handy. Right, a couple of changes for the Blackburn game. Zelalem has picked up a knock and is going to be out for a couple of weeks. I did toy with the idea of dropping Benteke back, as we just discussed a moment ago, but in the end wanted to keep Da Silva in the side because he's still playing quite well when he gets the opportunity. So we spent a lot of money on him. He's our record signing. Let's give him the opportunity to have some time in the first team. So he'll move across to be the attacking playmaker. Aaron Cool comes back in at box-to-box. I've brought Sinclair back in up front for Taylor-Crossdale just because he's got 11 goals this season and looks more threatening at this level. Taylor-Crossdale struggling to find his feet again, as with 2 years ago, struggling with not having a pre-season again. I think he obviously really needs that because the season he's had that, he's been brilliant. The other 2 seasons where he's been injured for the first 2 or 3 months of the year, he's still not got going by Christmas, which is a bit of a problem. It obviously takes him a while to build up some fitness, so he'll drop back down into the onto the bench. Other than that, Tom Field comes in for Tomelty at left back, and the rest of the team is unchanged. So let's get into this and get going. Why are my buttons not working correctly? Blackburn are down in the relegation zone. They're a team we should be capable of beating. If it's looking like it's not going our way, basically any time in the second half, we've got Milan Bars sat there, or Milan Bars, I guess is how you actually say it. I don't really know how to say his name. Milan Bears. He's sat there on the bench ready to come on and hopefully change the game if it is needed. But I would like to think against a team like Blackburn, the game shouldn't need changing. And there you go, Jerome Sinclair's put us 1-0 up after 5 minutes. It's the first goal I've seen for days. First goal anybody involved with Southend has seen in 4 games, I think. So it's taken us a little while to get back to goal scoring again, but hopefully we'll do it with style now and go and get 5 goals today against a team that we should be capable of thumping if we're going to prove that we're a team that deserves to be mid-table in the Championship come the end of the season, which I'm sure you'll agree that's exactly what we are. Blackburn haven't had a shot. Oh, they have just had a shot now. I've started talking about it. Right, Tom Fielding, lots of space again. Finds Sinclair, knocks it down to Benteke. That was a very well-worked goal. Jonathan Benteke, already on his 8th goal of the season. It seems the further up the league structure he goes, the more of a goal threat he becomes. And to have 8 goals already by early December, he's on course to hit 20 goals this season, which he's never done for us before. And that's an amazing feat from midfield. There is a strong case. And again, it's another one that a few of you have made in the comments, that perhaps it's time for Jonathan Benteke to move up front, and that's a way to get Bars into the team. Perhaps play Benteke alongside Sinclair or Taylor Crossdale. Have Benteke as the link between the midfield and up front that we have in the front line at the moment with the defensive forward. Maybe see if Benteke can do that job, and then stick Milan Bars in behind them both. I'm struggling to come up with reasons for it not to work. The main reason not to try it, as far as I'm concerned, is Benteke scoring a lot of goals from the position he's currently playing in. Do we want to risk taking those goals away by asking him to perform a completely different role when he's spent 3-4 seasons now mastering this position, getting to the point where he is a very, very good championship attacking midfield player who's scoring goals? Seems silly to change that, doesn't it? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. Right, we're 2-0 up at half-time. My voice may just hold out until the end of this. We don't want too many chances, though, in this second half, or else I'm going to start going croaky and squeaky again. So we need things to wrap up fairly quickly so that I can then go and put my vocal cords back in a sling in the hope that by tomorrow's video I'm able to speak again, which will be very... Although, again, letting you behind the curtain, I'll be recording that later on today because I've had my day off where I had no voice at all. I now need to get back into a recording schedule again. This pesky Christmas nonsense messes you up. This is what I get for singing SingStar into the early hours of the morning on Christmas Day when I already had a cold. It was a very bad idea. Don't try that at home, kids. Although SingStar is a cracking game. So if you're not ill, by all means, fill your boots. No, I'm not ever going to do it on the channel for that. I know people will ask. No, that's not going to happen. Right, forget Schiavi. We're going to bring Taylor Crossdale on again. It's a good opportunity for him to get in and have a bit of practice playing as a defensive forward. I still don't know which one of these, if we're going to find a way to play them together, which way round we play them. They basically seem to be the same player, which is part of the problem. One of the reasons Schiavi and Taylor Crossdale never really worked as a partnership either. We're signing lots of very similar strikers, and I know I could play with a poacher and an advanced forward maybe, or 2 poachers, and there's nothing in the rule book saying you can't do that. But I just think the team as a whole loses a little bit of something for not having that more supporting role up there. And I particularly like having a defensive forward up there because of all the hard work they do. Jack Marriott, one of the unsung heroes of the team, doesn't score loads and loads of goals, but I think gets involved in creating an awful lot of chances for us. Taylor Crossdale now, though, with the chance to get his first goal of the season from the penalty spot to put us 3-0 up, take us out of the way of Blackburn, and there we are, 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go. Taylor Crossdale off the mark in the Championship. Hopefully, the first of many. Nice little confidence booster for him, and I'm glad we let him take the penalty. And what a penalty it was, right up into that top corner, and he's given himself a Romelu Lukaku clap. Although, obviously, we all know the Lukaku clap is when you're clapping on the way down to take the penalty. Right, really am struggling to form words at this point, so let's get Bars on. We said it was going to be something we try late on if we needed to change the game. We don't need to change it, but I think we can afford to experiment a little bit at this point. So Bars can come on for the last 10-15 minutes. Hopefully make a stronger case for him to be starting in the next few games because he's getting closer and closer. Sinclair trying to chase down, can't quite get there. And come on, lads, let's just have an uneventful last few minutes because otherwise I'm going to have loads of coughs that I need to edit out. And you know what? There's one coming now. Oh, skillfully edited out. Well played, future Kev, assuming you got it. If you didn't, lazy scumbag. Go and get the coughs out. People don't need to hear that on their bank holiday Tuesday that they're enjoying. Right, see, nothing's going to happen now after all that. We're only 7 points off the top of the league. Don't mention that in public, but make a note of it. That might be relevant later on in the season. I mean, we've absolutely dominated Blackburn here today. I know they're probably going to be a team that are going to get relegated, but we've looked like a comfortable top half of the table Championship team today, which I can handle being that. We don't need to be pushing for promotion this year. I can certainly get on board with us being an upper mid-table championship team just 3 and a bit years after taking over a lower League 2 team. That works for me. The voice is going again. Oh, it's a disaster. Right, we're going to call it there. No fancy bye-bye stuff. So if you've enjoyed that, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Perhaps pop a like on there anyway, because every like is going to help soothe my throat a little bit. And then I'll be able to talk properly for you tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed it. That's not what I normally say. Something about seeing more. I've had a lot of cold and flu medication. Thank you very much for watching.